Well, good afternoon, and thanks for watching THV 11 News at Noon. I'm Amanda Jaeger, in for Michael Aaron, here with meteorologist Nathan Scott. I was out at a shoot this morning, and the sun was shining, and I was like, okay, it's going to be another nice day.
It is going to be another nice day. December 2nd, not feeling like it out there. Temperatures are already into the 70s in many spots. Now, yesterday, we had some clouds and also a little bit of haze right around Hot Springs, Little Rock, Arkadelphia, from that smoke from the wildfire off to the west. We don't have that in place today. I think that haze kept us just a hint cooler in some locations yesterday versus what we're going to see out there today. 72 right now in Little Rock, 70 in Stuttgart, 72 in Arkadelphia. It's 73 in Harrison. Ladies and gentlemen, our average high for this time of year is in the mid-50s, and it's only noon. So we're on record high watch. The record today, 79 at Little Rock Airport. That was set back in 1982. I'm calling for a high of 76, so we're going to get very close to that record number. The winds, they're from the west and southwest, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be breezy at times, but here's your planner for today. Temperatures topping out, I think, into the mid to upper 70s. This evening will cool things back down into the 60s. Now, we do have the chance of rain entering the picture going into the weekend. I'll have more details on that and when we will see a cool down coming up.
President Biden is set to visit the National Institutes of Health this afternoon, where he will deliver remarks on actions his administration plans to take to tackle the Omicron variant. The development comes just a day after the strain was first detected in the U.S. Deborah Alfarone has more from the White House.
With the Omicron variant now here, President Biden is pulling out all the stops to contain it.
We'll fight this variant with science and speed, not chaos and confusion.
Beginning next week, the Biden administration will require all international air travelers to get tested within 1 day of departure to the U.S. instead of 3. The administration will also extend mask mandates on public transportation through mid-March, launch family vaccination clinics, and require health insurers to cover 100% of the cost of at-home COVID tests.
150 million Americans have private insurance. Those insurance companies now must cover the cost of at-home testing. At the same time, we're going to have tens of millions of at-home tests available.
Part of the new White House strategy also includes a winter push to try and convince about 100 million eligible Americans to get booster shots through walk-in appointments at pharmacies nationwide.
Boosters provide the highest level of protection. If you don't have your booster shot, go get your booster shot today.
The person with the first confirmed case of the Omicron variant in the U.S., a traveler who recently returned to the country from South Africa, was vaccinated but was not yet eligible to get a booster shot. After first being identified in South Africa last week, the strain has now been detected in more than 25 countries. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
The CDC has directed airlines to provide the names of any passengers who traveled within the past 14 days to the 8 southern African nations near the location where that variant was first detected. Here in Arkansas, one UAMS research team is working on what could serve as an early warning sign to help detect new variants of the virus. We first spoke to Dr. David Usry back in March when he was using wastewater samples to detect COVID-19 and where it came from. Since then, his work has shifted to nasal swabs and PCR tests. But the idea behind his research still stands. It can be used to detect the Omicron variant if and when it gets to Arkansas. He says that research could be able to detect down to the room where COVID-19 originated in an outbreak situation.
You can actually see, by knowing where the people come from, you could localize where it is and begin to work on trying to, rather than just saying, okay, Arkansas, well, it's a big state. Where specifically is the outbreak? It happened in Fayetteville on this street. Okay, that's good to know.
The other way to detect variants, regular testing, the kind that involves getting swabbed. About 5 to 10% of positive tests are randomly sent off for variant sequencing, but it sometimes takes weeks to hear anything back. And with the first case of the Omicron variant confirmed in the U.S., Governor Asa Hutchinson is stressing the importance of getting vaccinated to avoid another surge in cases. 930 new infections reported yesterday. That is lower than Tuesday's jump, but still higher than what we've been seeing over the last few weeks. These increases, of course, now impacting our active cases. 192 were added to our total. The same goes for our hospitalizations. 423 people now fighting the virus from a hospital bed. That's 14 more than Tuesday's number, and 20 more COVID-related deaths have been added to the state's total. Testimony continues today as the trial of Josh Duggar continues in Northwest Arkansas. Following opening statements yesterday, the prosecution warned jurors they would see portions of what was found on a computer inside of Duggar's car dealership. The defense then claimed the images were not downloaded by him. Another major development from yesterday, Judge Timothy Brooks rejected a motion filed by Duggar's attorneys that would have prevented evidence of past molestation allegations from being presented in court. Cameras and phones are not allowed in the courtroom, so we won't know what happened today until court is adjourned this evening. Stay with THV11 and thv-at-noon.com for the very latest as that trial progresses. The Pea Ridge Police Department is honoring fallen officer Kevin Apple in a festive way this Christmas, thanks to help from local businesses. Catherine Gilker shows us how the community can join in.
A 12-foot Fraser fir tree is now outside of the Pea Ridge Police Department, in the same spot where Officer Kevin Apple's patrol car was placed after he was killed this past June.
We've always wanted to do something to give back, so this just delights our hearts.
Jill Dabb and her husband own Wonderland Christmas Tree Farm. They brought the tree from their farm today and set it up. Once December 12th was declared Officer Apple Day, they knew putting one of their Christmas trees outside the police station was the perfect thing to do. The community is invited to come out and decorate the tree before Officer Apple Day.
I really think Pea Ridge is a great community, and I know we still have a lot of blue lights shining all over here, and he hasn't been forgotten here in this town. And we're going to be really excited to see everybody's creativity and just showing some love.
The community is encouraged to decorate and write personal messages on the ornaments. All the ornaments on the tree will be given to Officer Apple's mom after Christmas.
Well, we are so blessed. I mean, there's so many communities across the country that do not have support, and we have tons of support.
Police Chief Lynn Hahn says they are excited to see how the community decorates the tree.
We've had so much support from our citizens for a long time, but it's even shown more so since the incident with Officer Apple. And for her to offer this is, I'm sure that's a very expensive tree. For them to offer to do this for the community is just a really great thing.
From now until December 12th, anyone can go and decorate the tree. And then on December 12th, Officer Apple's Memorial Highway will be unveiled. An Arkansas family's dog, missing for months, is found 1,000 miles away. What? Yeah, we've got this must-see story at 12:15. Plus, Christmas time is here, and that means extravagant holiday displays. But there are a few things to keep in mind before plugging in your decorations.
And today's the perfect day to maybe decorate the outside with all the Christmas lights and Christmas decorations because it's so nice. Get that done. We do have some changes to talk about. Cooler weather and wetter weather is in my forecast. I'll let you know when next.